Michiel Vernuk. I'm a senior online editor for Labels and Labeling magazine. And today I'm speaking with John Ooi, technical director and founder of Materials in Works, a Malaysia-based business that aims to revolutionize the packaging industry by upscaling hard-to-recycle items into materials and new applications. So, John, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me. I am eager to learn more about your company, but before we dive into it, could you please let me know a little bit more about yourself? What sparked your interest in sustainable technologies?
Okay, sure. Thank you, Piotr, for this opportunity also. And good afternoon to your side. Hey everyone. So my name is John. I'm the founder and technical director for Material and Works company. So I have close to 10 years experience in this industry. So that also how I started and also began my journey with the company. So my interest basically is in sustainable technology, stem from witnessing the growing environmental impact because of the industrial waste, right? Then I also believe that through innovative technology or solution, we can address these challenges and create a sustainable solution that benefit, of course, both the businesses and also the planet, right? And this belief actually is the one that fuels my passion and also my team passion for developing a scalable and eco-friendly solution that compared to this traditional landfill disposal method in the industry itself. Yeah.
Fantastic. So from the passion to the business, that's for many people would sound like a long journey. So how did you start the company itself? And can you walk me through how it all began?
Yep. Sure, no problem. So what happened in the label packaging industry is there are vast amount of label liner waste being generated, and conventionally it was dumped into landfill. Reason being is because there are certain coating on top which is quite inert itself in nature, so that prohibited itself to go through normal or conventional recycling stream, right? So because of that, it contributing to carbon emission and of course environmental degradation, especially in this part of the world when they are landfilling, you have the contamination of underground water called leachate, and also because there are piles of waste being generated, they will burn the waste openly in the landfill area. So this contributing severe environmental degradation. And also it was clear that this problem wasn't being adequately addressed. So that's why I started the company to create an upcycling solution that transform this valuable waste into a resources. So currently our main product are the pulp, right? So the pulp that I'm upcycled from this paper liner waste. And there are laminates and also matrix waste that I work together with a partner. So we managed to generate a process engineer fuel for cement industry usage, right? So we have started off with small scale trial with university. Then after POC, then we gradually expanded our operation, and of course our journey are supported by progressive MNC companies, and also we obtained some grants from government side, for example, Yayasan Hasana and Credo. Yep.
Oh, great. So there's a huge amount of science behind what your company does. And I know you collaborate with quite a few universities in Malaysia. Could you tell us a little bit more about that cooperation?
Yep, sure. So basically for this journey, we are partnering with a Malaysian reputable university called University Science Malaysia, or USM. So basically they are the pioneer in pulp and paper research. So that itself already tell you how proven and also reputable they are, right? So they actually, I work very closely with Dr. Lei. So she formed a team. Then we began our journey of studying the paper liners. So we've done a lot of research behind the scene. And of course, that time we also struck by this COVID-19 lockdown. So there are some havoc happened. So, but we managed to went through it, right? So through this collaboration, we actually conducted material testing, right? So, and also we done a benchmark studies. So what happened is we managed to approach and convince a reputable tissue manufacturer in Malaysia. So they sent us their virgin pulp. So we benchmark against it. And this is also to ensure our solution meets the industrial standard, right? So additionally, we also like working with some academic institutions, some government bodies. So this is to connect everyone together for the development of new sustainable technology and providing everyone have the learning opportunities and this reason to grow also, yeah, for the Malaysia market.
Well, that's very commendable what you're all doing and how you cooperating to address the issue. But touching
Yeah.
on that issue, how do you currently view the waste management issue in the region?
Okay, so of course, we can see a lot of news saying the wastes are piling up. We are running out of landfill sites sooner or later. Then, of course, there are a lot of environmental issue, microplastic, open burning. So I would say the problem is enormous and escalating, right? So, and sorry to say that labeling and packaging industry is also one of the culprit or that's significantly contributing to landfill waste, right? So for instance, right, the paper liner waste alone could fill up the Petronas Twin Tower, which is a landmark in Malaysia, in 45 days, right? So this is to highlight the magnitude of the issue, right? So beyond that, of course, we have laminates and matrix waste problem. So this also create a tons of waste problem, which annually ended up in landfill also. So by having that num this concept, right? So you can imagine how big is the problem, right? And also what we value more is actually we see as a resources that could be repurposed, right? So that's why we formed the company, formed the team. So and we took this initiative further. Yeah.
Right. So, as you mentioned, labels and packaging is quite high on the waste production list. So,
Yep.
how does your company portfolio, how your products address the issue directly to labels and packaging converters?
Yep. So basically, in label packaging industry, there are basically two type of waste, right? So the reputable one is called paper liner, which is the backing paper, which protect the sticker label before they are applied, right? So the label liners basically are made of uh, cellulose fiber. So the only thing that prohibit them to go through normal recycling is because there's a certain inner coating on top called silicon. So what happened is our technology basically able to remove this coating. So we repurpose them into a pulp. So a pulp that can be benchmarked with virgin pulp. So it was proven and it was well accepted in tissue uh, industry. So apart from that, we also aiming to turn this high valuable pulp into a molded tray product also, which we can see a lot of trend, people trying to replace single-use plastic with pulp-made material, right? And the next product, right, will be the process engineered fuel or PEF. So basically, what happened was there are second type of waste called laminates or this matrix wastage, right? So this usually come with printing artwork, come with adhesive. So you have paper base and also ceramic base. So the adhesive itself is actually proven very a lot of challenges when doing normal recycling. So now we work with a partner, so we are proven able to convert this into a fuel. So a fuel that replace the coal. So so in cement industry, they used to power their furnace using coal, but now they are using our PEF to power their furnace. And the byproduct after burn will be the fly ash. So fly ash will be mixed into the cement formula. So ideally, we are able to achieve zero waste concept, right? So in short, for the industry itself, we provide a complete end-to-end recycling solution that reduces landfill reliance and of course promote a circular economy. And lastly, this is first initiative in Malaysia. We see it can be scalable to meet global demand sooner or later. Yep.
Oh, fantastic. But could you share us some examples of your current partnerships? So have you got any brand owners or material suppliers you're working with already?
Yep. So we are quite lucky, I would say. So we are having two MNC brand owners that are coming from different industry, um, onboarding onto our program. So namely Uniqlo. So Uniqlo is famous for fast retailing program, and of course they are using a lot of sticker labels for their normal usage. For example, their RFID tagging tag, right? So and their price tag, and of course when they are shipping the products from DC to their brick and mortar shop, so they generate a shipping label. So all this actually contributed to substantial waste, right? And apart from that, we also talking to Vipro Unza, right? So Vipro Unza is quite reputable in Malaysia industry, famous for their couple of home and personal care brand. In fact, they are the number one in Malaysia also. So what happened is they use stickers a lot for their brand identity, right? So in general, they generate a substantial waste per month also. So currently, we are working closely with these two brand owners. So for when we talk about the manufacturer side, so we also in talk with Avery Dennison, right? So the number one label manufacturer in the world, followed by UPM Rapatech, right? So these two, we are in talk, in a serious conversation with them. So we might end up with some MOU with them also, yeah, to start some initiative in Malaysia. And surprise, just for your information also, both of these manufacturers are having factory in Malaysia. So that itself also make the initiative more valuable and substantial, right? So lastly, for label converter side, so far we have Mega Label, right? And Mega Label, they are a local reputable label printers, right, or converters. So they are the first that onboarded our program. And we also have Fast Road Labeling. And recently I'm in talk with Sato Malaysia also. So through this collaboration, we actually, for last year itself, we able to divert at least 18 tons of labor waste from landfill. So we see it will be progressively growing, the number, yeah, for this year.
And so on that note, how do you envision the future of your company? Do you plan extending of your products on a global scale?
And yep, so this is a very good question, right? So in fact, we do strategize our expansion. So we do foresee ourselves will be growing to at least other ASEAN countries like Vietnam or Indonesia. That is also part of our reason why we filed some patent for our processes. And in fact, the treatment solution is filed under trade secret. So we are filing one more patent on the processes itself. So by having that established, we foresee ourselves will be growing to at least some other ASEAN country who is used to practicing landfill method to dispose labor waste, right? So in long-term wise, we aim to establish, of course, more partnership with global brands. Hopefully, like what I shared just now, like Uniqlo is coming from apparel, then Vipro Unza from home and personal care brand. Maybe in different verticals, we have different brand owner representing, for example, DHL from logistic, right, and so on, right? So we aim to establish a closer partnership with global brands and government to promote a circular economy on a larger scale, right? And of course, this we cannot forget the demand also. And in fact, we see a lot of increasing demand for sustainable material. So someone is looking more for product that can replace single-use plastic, right? And apart from that, they are also looking at tapping less on virgin material, right? So we strongly believe that our technology actually have this potential to transform this part of the world or the industry itself. Yeah.
That's great. And considering label and packaging industry, because you mentioned you worked with a few converters, what do you think is the biggest challenge they face at the moment on the market?
The challenges coming from their side will be, this is something new for them also. They need to change from their normal SOP, right? So I just name one example like Mega Label, right? So what happened was before then, they actually are not responsible for the waste contributed by the brand owners, right? So when we propose this initiative to them, of course, Mega Label is well known for running the sustainability program throughout the whole company. So like, for example, they install solar panel for their factory usage and so on, right? And when we propose to them, they actually post some question, especially on the supply chain, how they're going to collect, then how they're going to segregate all these waste, then how they're going to transport back the waste to our factory, right? To get it upcycled into pulp, right? So these are some challenges that they addressed at the time. So what happened was we brainstormed together, right? So what happened was we came out with a quite unique solution, I call it, right? In fact, it's a customized solution also. So Mega Label, every day they are sending their printed label to brand owners, right? So when their truck returned to the HQ, so they always came empty, right? So what we propose to them is, when you have an empty truck, why not you told your customer today that you're going to responsible for their waste because you are a leading sustainable company. So you take the liner waste back. When you pass by my factory, you just drop to me, right? So, and this model actually works, right? So everyone was happy, right? So the stakeholder are happy because now someone is taking care of their waste and they dump less to landfill. And all these brand owner also, they are responsible for reporting their ESG goals and so on. So because of that, it actually is considered a low-hanging fruit for them also. Yeah, so I would say these kind of challenges can be and addressable, right? So just that we need to figure out how to make it low cost efficiently, and of course, operation-wise, it is not really bedridden also. So that's why we must make it efficient and effective for them.
That's great. And I know that Materials and Works will be exhibiting at this year's Labelexpo in Bangkok, Southeast Asia in Bangkok. What will you showcase at the show, and what are your goals for the event? What are you trying to achieve by exhibiting that?
Okay, so in fact, this is the first time I showcasing the solution to the audiences, so-called internationally. So I would say this is a great platform for my company, especially we have a team that mainly for Southeast Asia market, right? So what excites me more is actually we have manufacturers came all over the world, right? So especially from China, right? So that might be a region that we can explore later on, right? By having our patent ready. Then of course there are a lot of label converters are well attached to this kind of expo. So of course they will participate in. So what we actually hoping to get more, all right, is the connection, basically the connection for our future market expansion, and also connection that can make some real deals, especially the converters from Southeast Asia country. So we can start exactly the same program like what we are having in Malaysia. Yeah. So this is what we are hoping of. Yeah. And also connection, more closer connection with the responsible person behind. So usually for this kind of overseas trip, they will send some decision makers abroad and participate in this kind of expo. So this is also where you can get in touch with um, the decision makers for the companies also. Yeah.
Well, this sounds fantastic, John. I will be reporting live from Labelexpo Southeast Asia in May. I look forward
Wow.
to meeting you in person there and learning even more about the company and products. Thank you very much once again for your time and introducing your company to our readers and viewers. We truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Piotr, and also Labels and Labeling for this opportunity.